where all the world leaders and the leaders here in America are going to come pay their respects, and then he's going to be buried back in California again. But Friday is going to be a national day of mourning for Ronald Reagan, a federal holiday.
You know, it's interesting right now as we speak. But when they asked historians, 482 historians in 1994, what did you think? They basically said, well, he'll be below average. In 97, the same historians were asked, a few fewer than the others, and they said, well, he's at the bottom end of average. By
peacefully, you know, with his family by his side, they had been keeping vigil as they knew, as he caught pneumonia, that his physical condition was taking a turn for the worse. But again, this was also one of the interesting quotes saying that Michael Reagan, he's the adopted son of Ronald Reagan. He says he'll always feel like the luckiest guy in the world because he was chosen by Ronald Reagan to be his son.
All right, so we've told you what's happening around the world and here at home about since Ronald Reagan's passing. Time for you to get onto the phone to the hour, and a lot of that news happens to be coming out of Baghdad and people who want to talk about what's happening in Baghdad. That's
right, and it could be some very good news as we talk about disarming some of these militias and a possible deal in the works, and that's where we go to Orlando Salinas, who's
passing. Meanwhile, straight ahead, a friend and former advisor to Ronald Reagan shares his favorite memories. Welcome back, Fox and Friends. First, continuing to look back at the life and times of Ronald Reagan. This is going to be an intense 5 days, Kiran.
That's right, with both services and ceremonies taking place in California at the home of Ronald Reagan and also in Washington, D.C. But William LaJeunesse right now is
will be here within 24 hours.
That's right. They're expecting about 100,000 people to come out in Washington, D.C.
Tell us what's been happening while we were
Yeah, time allows. J-Lo got married.
Who would have thought?
You know what would have happened if it hadn't been this weekend. This would have been wall to wall. Instead, it's 30 seconds crammed into the back of our show, and I'm sure actually a lot of our viewers are probably glad for that.
Especially the two who were just behind you. Ben Affleck. So I thought they were really head over heels for each other.
Yeah. Okay. Probably.
All right.
That's enough J-Lo.
That's up for People magazine. Now it's time back to real life.
That's right. We're going to be speaking with President Reagan's former national security. Garland was national security advisor under President Reagan. He joins us now on the phone from Moscow, of all places, a city that certainly demonstrates that transformation.